thought you might like to get a little better view of the actual art here. So I'm going to see what I can do for you. I was thinking you might like to know a little bit about the process creating these pages. Basically, I have a whole bunch of story ideas that I know I want to get out in my Doris Danger books, but since Doris Danger is not chronologically well suited, I'm kind of bouncing around thinking about different stories I want to tell with different characters and how they advance, although they might advance out of order. I know that there are sequences that I want to show. The pages I'm showing you, these are actually in the order that they will be published, and each blank page is going to be a giant monster pinup to kind of open up that chapter or that quote issue unquote. And each issue I make sure to include a giant monster and Doris Danger, and then I advance the various other stories I'm trying to tell. And it's really a juggling act, a mathematical a lot of consideration in how do you make this all fit together, because I want to tell this many stories with Luke Lugash and this many stories with Felk, and if one of those stories has Felk and Lugash in it, then that's the only story I can advance until the next chapter. And sometimes previous issues will say something that happened in this particular issue where I'm doing this sequence now, and so I have to make sure that everything I've said in footnotes will still be in that issue, and that I label it correctly, that I remember, oh, this sequence was in that issue, so I have to make sure this is that issue. You can see that these pages are in varying degrees of completion. You can also see about my process that what I'll do is I just write on the page, and that's kind of the script. I'll have a general idea, but the script becomes what's on the page here. So pages like this with the lettering, this is how the page starts, and it's so text heavy that gives me an idea what's going to fit on the page, and at that point I start filling in the images. From there I will start inking, and I've got to ink the lettering and ink the artwork. I sometimes do the lettering first, I sometimes ink the artwork first. It can go both ways. It just turns out all these pages I haven't started inking the actual pages, and the reason I did that is because I wanted to have everything so that I knew this is how much work I need to have done. Also, I'm hoping to kind of shop the book around this summer at Comic-Con, and I figure even if I don't finish the pages, but I can say, here's all the pages, this is all that needs to be done, it'll just give a much grander scheme of how much is left to do and how much has been done.